Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm CW Weathers.
And I'm Amber Cesare Weathers.
Today we're going to be talking about what no one else is speaking on, and that is really an identity gap. And a lot of the work that we do with our clients, it is the space between a company using AI and a company that leads with it. It's not an AI skills gap or a tools gap. Everyone pretty much has all of the tools in place and they're focusing on the tools. This is more related to identity. Who are we becoming as an organization with AI?
You're right, it's definitely that. It lives in culture. How does it feel? What does the everyday look like in this new environment?
Yeah, and for founder-led brands specifically, this is where we see the operational alignment quietly break in this area. If that's not truly defined, where we're going and what that new culture looks like.
In this video, we're going to be talking about 3 ways the gaps are actually showing up, what's actually being protected because of them, and then what are ways that you can close that gap. All right, so let's get into it.
So symptom 1, the training happens or a meeting happens where you discuss your goals and what you want to accomplish with AI, but then right after the meeting, you go immediately back to your old ways of making decisions and how you did things before.
How often does that really happen?
I think quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then symptom 2 is that leadership proclaims or announces that we're to speak AI forward company, and then nothing changes about the culture. The reward system, how people are recognized, how they're punished, nothing about that system gets changed.
It ends up showing up in a P&L when you're going through it, and then 18 months later, and you're like, oh, well, this AI initiative just failed.
Pretty much. In symptom 3, we've all seen this. The tools get used, they get tossed at you and say, hey, use this and figure out what to do with it. And you're in a complete silo using a tool off to the side.
And your team's probably in the background pulling their hair out because they have no idea what to do, what to use this for, and how it's actually relevant.
Right, so it never becomes a part of the tools that the teams use to think together.
It ends up more so being the tool that is taking the team's thoughts, not the other way around.
That's exactly right. Good job. We have a diagnostics that we run with all of our clients that pretty much runs through these symptoms.
It kind of is more like a nervous system scan on your current culture to understand where you're exactly at, and then what's necessary, some things that we see from our expert opinion.
Yeah, because believe it or not, behaviors that you can't really see or that you don't acknowledge are actually contributing to your business performance. So if you want to know how those behaviors affect your culture overall, your whole overall identity as a company, and how you can move forward by finding those behaviors.
Go to our website, fill out the contact us forms so that we can learn more about your unique situation.
When decisions happen outside of the meeting, after a training, when culture never changes or updates and new tools are constantly being installed, what typically happens here is the stall of the AI initiative. And that's because the behaviors that really affect the culture are not really being addressed. People are protecting the authority, protecting the story or the narrative that has always been behind the scenes. What's actually being protected here is the old narrative. A lot of teams, when they make decisions in meetings that align with the old way of thinking outside of the meeting, they're trying to preserve that old decision-making model. Especially for founder-led brands where decision-making is the core of their brand, how they make decisions with the founder being in the center of everything, there is a need to protect that old nature and identity of showing up in that way.
It's totally normal. It's a part of it. Nothing about it is unnatural, and it's a neurological reflex, but what you can do is actually think of it in a different perspective, in a way that, okay, our culture has an identity, and what can we do to evolve or change it?
Right. You can't really argue someone out of protecting something, but you can make them feel safe enough to gravitate towards that new identity.
And that's where all the change actually blooms from, because once they have permission, now they feel more comfortable to be able to be more insightful.
Here are 3 ways you can start to close the gaps that you're seeing.
So the first way is to actually name the identity shift out loud. Don't leave anything for any interpretation or anything to be implied. Who is this company actually becoming now in this AI forward era?
This is the awareness and narrative stage of AI adoption, where behavior typically follows the naming. Define what that narrative is and communicate that to your company, and then behaviors follow. Secondly, build safety before you measure and proceed with adoption. People change their behaviors once they know that a new behavior or a new way of doing things is culturally safe for them.
It feels survivable. It feels as though that they have the empowerment to move forward and to not be punished or apprehended for doing differently.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why smaller, low stakes experimentation is really key here to help build trust. Way faster than just a company announcement, but this is your employees, your people getting to see this at work, at play immediately.
What are they getting rewarded for? How can they get excited and empowered to be this new person and to move forward in this new AI forward land? Thirdly, make it collective and not siloed. The tool has to be a part of how the team works together.
For example, AT&T started adopting AI years ago. They've been very successful at it because their culture run experimentation on the back end, outside of production environments. It's a safe environment that they built to allow their teams to collaborate together. So not only does it foster a safe environment, but it also encourages collaboration and innovation among the company.
People feel a lot more comfortable. Oh, I can mess up and try things that I may not have tried on a production level process. Now I have full, complete control to just figure things out and just play around with it.
Companies don't transform because new tools get installed. They transform when the people inside them actually believe it's safe to do so. It's directly related to your identity as a person, right? You don't transform just because you get a new laptop or you get new headphones for your computer, but you actually transform when you have defined this new identity for yourself and you're safe to move into it.
Exactly. The same with culture. It's literally the same, where addressing those cultural gaps is imperative, because there's a difference in just implementing a tool within your organization versus being this AI forward, innovative, enabled organization.
Where are you seeing gaps when you're implementing a new change? Whether it's implementing AI, a new project, where are you seeing some of the biggest gaps within the company that's related to behavior and culture?
Yeah, we want to know. We read the comments.
This is Clear Weather, where we help you find clarity in the change.